Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a fun video. I have a vlog, or blog, and a vlog. I kind of count this as my vlog YouTube channel of random stuff. But I did a blog yesterday, I'll link it in the description. And I answered 10 questions. I'm pretty sure it was 10 questions about myself. Kind of a get to know me type blog. And I wanted to do that in video form, but I was going to do the same questions as the blog. But then I decided to ask Chat GPT, ask me 10 questions about myself. Fun questions. And the questions were very interesting. So I decided, let's do a video about that. So let's get into it. Chat GPT asked me 10 fun questions about myself. I also have, at the end of it asking me questions, it asked, do you want me to answer or guess like the answers that you'll give to these questions? And so I said yes. And it was eerily pretty on point with some of them. I have talked to Chat GPT a couple times, well, more than a couple times. I played D&D, and so I had it help me with one of my characters. So I think it's just going off of that and the fact that I've asked it for, what do I do? Crochet. I asked it for some crochet patterns just to see what it'd give me, which I did make a little tiny dragon off of the pattern that it gave me, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't exactly what I asked it for, but it's cute. I'll end up selling it eventually. Anyways, let's get into it. So, question number 1. What breed of dog would you be? Based on like my personality. So, I used to answer this question with a golden retriever because they were my favorite dog breed. Now owning a King Charles Cavalier, I am definitely a King Charles Cavalier. They get social anxiety, which is me, but they're also very energetic, which is me. Very fun-loving, I try to be. They can get scared very easily, me. They love food, me. They're friendly. I try to be friendly and optimistic, me. So yeah, but they can also pretend that they would fight somebody. And I say pretend because Lily, our dog, is she's now has her big girl bark, and she will just bark at anything. But if that thing were to come near her, she'd hide. But she can act big, so that's me. So yeah, King Charles Cavalier, that's me. Number 2, what color matches your personality? I think the color that matches my personality would be pink. Different shades of pink depending on the day. Bright pink when I'm very energetic. Soft pink when I'm feeling more shy. I just think it's pink. I'm a very generally a optimistic person, and I just find pink very exciting and welcoming. So I think that's me most of the time. On the days that I'm not like that and I am very stone-faced, of like this, then my color would probably be, I don't know, gray. Or like, I don't know, maybe the color behind me, like a green. They're my favorite colors. Green and pink are my favorite colors. But yeah, so I don't know. Number 3, where in the world would you teleport? If I could teleport to a place right now, it would be the beach. I would be by the ocean all of the time, as long as there's not like some sort of weather problem, like a tsunami or, thunderstorm. So yeah, the beach, that'd be it. Number 4, what is your ultimate weird but delicious food combo? For those that know me, my weird but delicious food combo for me, I don't know if it's delicious for anybody else, because anytime I do it in front of somebody, they just think it's disgusting. if I have a chicken sandwich and I have a Frosty from Wendy's, I will dip the chicken sandwich in the Frosty and eat it. I'm not a chicken fan. I am more now because I'm trying to eat more protein and lean protein, and chicken is really good for that. Um, but I will dip my chicken into the chocolate. It has to be a chocolate frosty, and eat it. Yeah. So I know, like, dipping fries in your frosty, that's not weird. People do that, but I dip my sandwich, and that goes for pretty much like anything like that's like a savory, salty thing with like a really sweet thing. It could be anything, and I will try and dip it and see what it tastes like. But yeah, chicken sandwich and frosty. Yeah. Okay. Number 5. What would my life movie be called? I don't know. Weird Happenings with Elizabeth? I don't know. I I honestly don't know. The answer that Chat GPT gave is a lot more exciting. I'll go over the other answers it gave, but the one it gave for this was Whimsical Chaos, The Elizabeth Chronicles. I don't know. Yeah. Number 6, my karaoke go-to song. Anything from Wicked. I love Wicked. Yeah, the original and the movie. The movie is great too. I'm enjoying that. Um, it would be The Wizard and I from Wicked. I love that song, and it's just so much fun to do in karaoke because you can. It's just so much fun. Yeah, musicals, Broadway, anything from Wicked. My go-to karaoke. Although I don't do karaoke, I do it at home by myself if I feel like singing, I guess. Number 7, what would I be in a fantasy world? Like, would I be a dwarf, an elf, a dragon? That's what it gave. I would be an elf. I would be an Eladrin elf. That is one of my D&D characters. I think their mood and appearance changes with the seasons, depending on what season they're in, and I just think that's really fun, and they're fun. I would also be a bard, because I like music. So yeah, I'd just play my D&D character pretty much. Other than my D&D character, I think is a little bit more confident and crazy than I am. But other than that, that's what I would do. That's what I would be. And that's what ChatGPT guessed. They said an Eladrin Bard, which is obviously because I've talked to them before. So they were very specific. You'd be an Eladrin Bard, and you would crochet and have a lute with you. And I'm like, yeah, congratulations. Number 8, random fun fact about me. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but one of my toes is smaller than the rest of my toes. I'm not going to show you because that's weird, and I want to show my feet for obvious reasons. But I don't know if that's really a fun fact. It's just one of those things where one of my toes is smaller than the rest of them. Now, I know everybody has a toe that's smaller than the rest, but it's like not my pinky toe. It's like another one. It's like a deformity. I had like these little kids come up to me one time and they're like, what happened to your toe? I'm like, I was born that way. They said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, it doesn't really affect me, but anyways, yeah. That's a fun fact about me. Number 9, secret talent or something I wish was. So I don't know if I have a secret talent. Chat GPT was very weird about this. It says, I was sneakily hilarious. I drop unexpected weird comments that catch people off guard. That is not incorrect. That is pretty accurate. I wouldn't call that a talent. It's just something that I do. Once I get to know people, I'll just drop in a really stupid comment and people will be like, what? I don't know if they react like that, but yeah, I do that, but that's not really a talent. A talent I don't have, but I wish I did, is perfect pitch. There are people that have perfect pitch, which means they basically they have perfect pitch. Like, I was in a class once with one of my friends when I visited a college, and this person had perfect pitch. So a guy played a note on the piano and was like, I'm playing F. And she raised her hand and was like, actually, isn't that a G? And he goes, yes, the piano's out of tune and you have perfect pitch. We all know. And I'm going, how does she know that? How on earth did she know that? But she has perfect pitch, so she can hear a note and be like, that's this. I mean, I'm sure she had to, like, you know, learn that she had that. I don't know how it works exactly, but that would be the talent I would want. Number 10. Last question. What would my personal mascot be? I mean, Lily is basically my personal mascot, so I would choose a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and it would be Lily. And they would follow me around everywhere I went. Just basically excited that I'm there. So that would be Lily. Lily is my personal mascot. That was the questions it asked me. Fun questions. So for the first question, what breed of dog would you be? It said Cavalier. And that's also because I've asked it to do some things with Lily's pictures. So yeah, it was right on that one. So good job, Chat GPT. Yay! What color matches your personality? It said warm autumn. Sure. I mean, that's not the answer I gave, but, you know. Number 3, it got wrong. Where would I teleport in the world? A peaceful forest? No. I don't like camping. I don't really like the forest. I don't mind hiking, but I don't want to stay there. There's bugs, there's ticks, there's dry things. I want to be near the ocean in an open area, not a forest. Although it is very pretty. But yeah, no. It said a peaceful forest, and I think it said something like, you want to be in a cabin with fairy lights. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be in a cabin. I don't want to be in the forest in a cabin. Just, no. So that was wrong. It said my weird, delicious food was popcorn with chocolate chips. I have drizzled chocolate over popcorn, but I wouldn't really call that weird. But, okay. And then the whimsical chaos was my life movie. Aladdin Bard was what I would be for a fantasy world. It said that my random fun fact about me was that I've named something after a D&D character. I'm assuming, like, it says name something or someone after a D&D character. No, my D&D characters aren't very, like, the names that I give them, I'm not going to give to somebody else. They're fun, but I'm not going to name, like, my dog after my D&D character, like, unless I just made one that's called Lily, and I wouldn't really call that something exciting or fun. And then the sneakily funny one was supposed to be my secret talent. What would my personal mascot be? It said my personal mascot would be a raccoon with a bag of yarn and snacks and bag full of mischief. I don't like raccoons. Are they cute in certain videos? Sure. There's a video of a guy handing out hot dogs to a whole bunch of raccoons. That's cute. I don't want a raccoon as my mascot. I don't like raccoons. They scare the crap out of me. All I can think of is that moment in Elf where he goes to give the raccoon a hug and it just gnaws his face. No. Fun fact about me, I don't like raccoons. Yeah. Nope. But yeah. So that was fun. I'll have to do that again sometime. Maybe after I've talked to Chat GPT more, I'll have it ask me more questions, and then I'll have it guess, and I'll do another video like this to follow up. But yeah, how about you? What would your answers to those questions be? If you want to leave them in the comments, go right ahead, because that would be fun. I love reading them. I don't know how often I'll do videos, but this is something I'm doing this week and just for today. So I hope you had fun doing it like I had fun doing it, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Sending love and prayers. Love you. Bye.